Ardhanarishwar is a concept where feminine and masculine energies unite. And this unification takes place everywhere. We think that feminine and masculine energy only unites among the human being or in the animal to produce recreation, and that is how generation goes on. It's true, but half true. Continuously in the universe, feminine and masculine energies keep uniting. And that is how creation goes on. Now coming back to human, where your question is pointed to, every male, every man is not 100% man. He has 60% masculine energy and 40% feminine energy. Every female has 60% feminine energy and 40% masculine energy. And therefore, they always remain incomplete. They always remain incomplete. Now, same thing when we go to creation, there are two types of sound vibrations a human can produce. Or there are two types of sound vibration which are existing in this universe. Animals can also produce. Non-living things can also produce sound vibrations. So there are only two types of sound vibrations that resonates the universe. What are those? In language we call them consonants and vowels. Consonants alone is powerless unless it unites with a vowel. Power is in vowel, but only power carries no meaning. It has to be with someone to carry meaning. Sword has power, gun has power, but it has to be with someone to show that power. Love has power. It has to be with someone to show that power. And therefore, how mantras were formed? By unification of consonant with a vowel. Ha is what? Akash Tattva. Ether is represented by a letter Ha. It resides in our throat chakra. But Ha carries no meaning, because Ha has no meaning. You cannot chant Ha. And therefore, this Ha, when it unites with Anuswar, Ang, it becomes Hang. And then it carries meaning. Whenever in the universe, unification of masculine energy with feminine energy takes place, a mantra is produced. And those mantras has power. Everything what we can speak is mantra. Everything meaningful thing what we can speak is mantra. Now, There had been a very beautiful question from the audience. We can also speak consonants. We can speak consonant. We can say ka, ka, ga, ga, ka, kha, ga, ga, nga. You are able to say ka when you see the language with ka, you write a halan, and then it is difficult to speak. Ka, something like that is the sound which may come out. But the moment you are trying to speak ka, a gets automatically associated. And therefore, feminine gets associated the moment you speak. So, it is the unification of feminine energy and masculine energy from where a meaningful dialogue can be made. Again, when you come to human animals, unification of feminine energy with the masculine energy can create a new creation. New baby can be born. There are some people who think, no, only masculine we can pray. You see, we are praying Shivlinga. Where is the feminine energy in it? I think you are right. But maybe you have not seen the whole Shivlingam. You have to see the whole. It is the unification of feminine and masculine. There is down below an argha, and on top of that is linga. It's a unification of feminine and masculine energy. And then only a meaningful things can happen. It is being said that Shiva is not Shiva unless he has its power. And in Kul Tantra, even initiation they don't give unless you have your Shakti along with it. What is Shakti? Shakti is the woman power. So, what does it mean? That whenever unification of masculine and feminine takes place, a new creation, a new meaning starts happening. And where it takes place in spirituality. In spirituality, we have 7 chakras. Starting from Muladhara, called root chakra, sacral, called Swadhisthana chakra, Manipur, called solar plexus, Anahat, called heart chakra, Visuddha, called throat chakra, and here you have 4 petals, then 6 petals, then 10 petals, then 12 petals, and then 16 petals. And then comes the Agya chakra. How many petals you have got in Agya chakra? Anyone? We have 2 petals. And they say that you have 3 petals. No. You have 2, and when these 2 unites together, they become 1, and that is the third one. Third one is not having an independent identity. In left side is Ida, in right side is Pingla. Ida represents feminine and Pingla represents masculine. With Ida, 36,000 nerve systems are connected. With Pingla, also 36,000 nerve systems are connected. And you may not notice, but if you try to breathe, you breathe always only through one nostril, either through Ida or through Pingla. and they keep changing. And there comes 2 times during 24 hours cycle when you start inhaling and exhaling from both the nostrils for couple of time, for couple of minutes, or maybe couple of seconds. And that is the time when spiritual people says that there is one time in 24 hours when whatever you think becomes true, because the goddess of wisdom, Mata Saraswati, sits on our tongue. When it happens, usually it happens around sunrise and sunset, when for a moment the unification of this feminine and masculine takes place on our Agya Chakra, and everyone is enlightened for that moment once in 24 hours every day. And what is the permanent enlightenment? Permanent enlightenment is that these 2 words, Ida and Pingla, represented by mantras Ha and Ksha, they unite together and another letter is formed, and that letter is called, it is not possible to pronounce correctly. The wisdom of that letter comes around awakening, but roughly it can be pronounced as This sound is the sound of enlightenment. And when it happens, when feminine energy of your body unites with the masculine energy of your body. So 60 feminine, 40 this, 40 feminine, 60 this, unites and becomes 100. And that stage of our existence is called the state of Ardhanarishwar. You are half man and half woman. Your ego automatically dies off. Okay, you are not in mood of fighting. You are not in mood of creating. You become complete in yourself. When the unification of Ida and Pingla takes place, you become complete in yourself. And that is what the state of Ardhanarishwar in a human being is. Thank you so much.